Welcome back to Picks and Gravy, presented to you by E's and B's podcast, week number 7. That's right, 7 weeks into this awesome deal here on the E's and B's YouTube. Make sure you guys follow us, hit that subscribe button down there, hit the notification so you get notified each and every Saturday morning before the weekend's games kick off. As we do, we pick all of them. We give you a gravy lock in each conference there, and at the end, we'll let you know what our final score was from last week. So let's get started right on off with the last weekend of the year. That's right, New Year's Eve games going into the night. Here we go, NCAA basketball style. UConn's at Xavier. We've got UConn. Virginia at Georgia Tech. We've got Virginia. Louisville at Kentucky. We've got Kentucky. Texas Tech at TCU. We're going to take TCU. Florida State at Puke. We'll take Duke. UCF at Houston. We'll take Houston. Texas at Oklahoma. We've got Texas. Oklahoma at Kansas. We've got Kansas. Baylor at Iowa State. We'll take Baylor. Arizona at Arizona State. And that is our gravy lock of the college basketball weekend. We will be taking Arizona over Arizona State. New Mexico at Wyoming. We've got New Mexico. Pepperdine at Gonzaga. We've got Gonzaga. West Virginia at Kansas State. We've got West Virginia. And on Sunday, the only game on Sunday, UCLA at Washington. We've got UCLA. That'll wrap up the college basketball for the weekend. Once again, our gravy lock. Mark it down. Bet on it. Do what you need. It's Arizona over Arizona State. Let's move into those crazy bowl games. That's right. It's bowl time. Check it out on the E's and B's podcast. We gave some of our picks and predictions on that as well. Talked a little bit more in depth, but let's dive into today. How about Alabama? They'll be taking on Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl, and that is our NCAA football gravy lock of the weekend. We are going to take Alabama over Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. Then in the Music City Bowl, it's Iowa versus Kentucky. We've got Kentucky. Then in the playoff, we've got TCU taking on Michigan. We will take Michigan. Then in the other playoff game, it's the Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the number 1 ranked defending reigning national champion Georgia Bulldogs. We're going to have to roll with those Bulldogs. They are just too tough, in my opinion. Other bowl games, how about Maryland versus North Carolina State? We've got North Carolina State. Pitt at UCLA, or excuse me, versus UCLA. We've got UCLA. Notre Dame at South Carolina. We already know the outcome of that one. We'll skip it. Ohio at Wyoming. We've got Wyoming. And last but not least, Tennessee versus Clemson. We know the outcome of that one because it happened on Friday night. So therefore, we do not talk about it. Now, that's all of our NCAA football college gravy lock this week. Don't forget, we'll be Alabama over Kansas State today in the Sugar Bowl. Let's keep it going. Switch it up to the ice. Talking NHL. How about this? Sabres at Bruins. We've got the Bruins. Blackhawks at the Blue Jackets. We've got the Blue Jackets. Predators at the Golden Knights. We'll take the Golden Knights. Canadians at the Capitals. We've got the Canadians. Flyers at the Kings. We'll take the Kings. Coyotes at the Lightning. Lightning. Wild at the Blues. I'm rolling with the Blues. Maple Leafs at our Avs. You know I'm rolling with the Avs. How about the Senators at Detroit? We'll take Senators. Sharks at Dallas. And that is our NHL gravy lock of the weekend. We are going to take the Dallas Stars over the Sharks there today. That's the gravy lock. How about the Canucks at Calgary? We've got the Canucks. The Jets at the Oilers. We'll take the Jets. Then switch it over to Sunday. How about Carolina at New Jersey? We'll take the Devils. Rangers at Panthers. We'll take the Rangers. The Sharks bouncing back against the Blackhawks. We'll give them that one. And Sabres at the Senators. We'll take the Senators. Last but not least, the last hockey game of the weekend, Islanders at the Kraken. We will take the Islanders. Once again, the NHL gravy lock of the weekend, it's going to be the Dallas Stars over the Sharks. Now let's go to the hardwood. How about NBA? Clippers at my Pacers. I'll take the Pacers. Nets at the Hornets. We've got the Nets. Cavs at the Bulls. We'll take the Bulls. Knicks at the Rockets. We've got the Knicks. Mavericks at the Spurs. We've got the Mavericks. Pelicans at the streaking Grizzlies. We'll take the Grizzlies. Pistons at the Timberwolves. We've got the Timberwolves. 76ers at the Thunder. We've got the Sixers. The Heat at the Jazz. We'll roll with the Heat. Then over on Sunday, Wizards at the Bucks. Too much Milwaukee. We want the Bucks. Celtics here against the Denver Nuggets. And that is our NBA gravy lock of the weekend. We are taking the Denver Nuggets over the Boston Celtics tomorrow. First day of the year, big game. Don't miss it. It will be televised. Last game of the weekend here is the Kings at the Grizzlies. We will take the Grizzlies once again. So once again, our NBA gravy lock of the weekend, it's the Denver Nuggets over the Boston Celtics. All right, last but not least here, folks. Thanks so much for staying with us. Make sure you guys check us out each and every Friday, wherever you listen to your podcast. That's E's and B's podcast. Follow us at easandb's.org. Or like always, make sure you hit that subscribe button right here on the E's and B's YouTube. We're trying to get those subscriptions up so we can bring you some more live content, better stuff. And we got a plethora of awesome guests for the podcast lined up for 2023 you don't want to miss. So make sure you guys check us out each and every Friday, or go to that easandb's.org for all of our social media outlets. All right, NFL, here we go. Starting the weekend off hot, Cards versus the Falcons. We're going to take the Cardinals. Then my Miami Dolphins in a must-win situation against the New England Cheaters. I'm going to take my Dolphins. I know it's going to be a tough one. No Tua. We got Teddy Two Gloves, but in Tyreek Hill and that defense, I believe that we can get it done in New England if the refs aren't involved. All right, I got the Saints at the Eagles. We'll take the Eagles. Colts at the Giants, taking the Giants. Panthers at Tom Brady's Buccaneers. We'll take the Bucs. The Broncos will be traveling to Kansas City, and that is our gravy lock of the weekend. It will be a Chief beatdown over those Broncos, unfortunately. The Bears at the Lions. We've got the Lions. Browns at Washington. We'll take Washington. How about those Jacksonville Jaguars? They're at the Texans. Texans as well have been playing very good football lately, but Jaguars will be just too much there in the end. I think it'll be a last-second win, just like it's been for a while now. 49ers at the Raiders. We got the Niners. Jets at the Seahawks. We'll take the Seahawks. Vikings at the Packers. Now, this is going to be a big game. Definitely a deciding game for those Packers. If they do not win, they could possibly be out for the playoffs. So I'm going to roll with Aaron Rodgers because I think the referees will give him this win. We got the Rams at the Chargers. We'll take the Chargers. Steelers at the Ravens. This is another big game for both teams. Ravens kind of sliding. Steelers still trying to get into that playoffs, holding on by a thread. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Ravens there on Sunday. And last but not least, the game on Monday that everybody will be watching. It's the Buffalo Chokes at the Cincinnati Bugles. I think, folks, it's going to be a home team affair, and the Bengals will pull that out there on Monday. That is our picks. Once again, our gravy lock for the NFL this weekend will be the Kansas City Chiefs over the Denver Broncos, unfortunately. All right, with that, folks, that's going to wrap up this week's gravy lock. Make sure you guys check us out there on YouTube and each and every week, wherever you listen to the E's and B's podcast at. With that, make sure you know, pick your pick. Play against us. See how you stack up. And until next week, you know the drill. Make sure you eat your breakfast. Good luck picking. Peace.